Hello guys, and welcome to another day with ZIMALETA. How you guys doing today? In today's video I want to talk a little bit about my channel and kind of like the direction that it's headed. It's always kind of been going in that direction, but a lot of times I'm confused about what my channel is really about myself. But here's what I kind of discovered. But here's what I kind of discovered recently. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy sharing, different kind of information that I learned from my life and problems that I've run into, and then I share them on my channel. It just so happened that I've run into a lot of Sprinter problems, some expediting problems, and I've learned from them, and then I share them on my channel. So basically, if you kind of think about it, this is kind of like a lifestyle channel, a lifestyle of me that is very similar to your lifestyle. And this is probably why we relate on many different levels, is because we run into the same type of situations. Cars break, vans break. It does not matter whether you have a Sprinter, ProMaster, or a Ford Transit. If I was driving like a Ford Transit or a ProMaster, I would have been making videos just as well on those, because chances are your belt's gonna break, your pulley's gonna fall apart, your alternator is gonna fail, your starter's gonna fail, and more I'm realizing that this is very, very useful information. Just recently, one of my viewers has contacted me and also became one of my friends, and he just takes a picture of his Sprinter underneath the hood, and he's like, what is this? I pulled it out and I'm trying to like measure it. There's like nothing in it, and he does not know what it is. And to me, it's very, very, very obvious. I'm like thinking, well, that's your hydraulic fluid, pump for your steering wheel system. But for him, obviously, he's thinking, what is this little dipstick? Why is it dry? And I'm like, you're gonna need to add some fluid. Check it while it's running, stuff like that. So basically, I kind of like provide like general help with Sprinters. It just so happens that when it comes to Sprinters, I have a lot of experience because I've been messing with them for all the time, and for the past like 12 years, maybe going on 13 years now. Stuff breaks, as you've seen on my channel. Of course, I realized that, yes, I like sharing these kind of videos, but I like sharing other videos as well. I like sharing videos about technology, kind of like what I like to do, like when it comes to design. This is why you're seeing some designer, type of videos and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure you're looking at that stuff and you're like, man, ZIMALETA or Serge, whatever your name is, what's going on? I came here for the Sprinter content or Expedite content. Where is this stuff at? But I will tell you this, guys. When I'm recording videos, and I record them every single day, and sometimes many videos in a single day, I'm recording them according to the subject matter at hand, kind of like what's going on at that very moment. But man, do I want to get onto making Sprinter videos. And I'm not just saying that, and it feels to me like I've been dragging this on for months, and I probably have, and that's because life happens and you can't really focus on things at hand like that you want to do. Well, I'm focusing at the things at hand, but I cannot focus on what I really want to do, because those other things, first of all, they're, yes, I'm gonna make some videos, I'm gonna spend a lot of time doing it, but I'm not going to complete what I need to complete. And if I was doing that, I would not be able to get the studio completed. And even when I completed the studio, I was kind of thinking, this is just going to be a garage. I just need to get a space, that way I could be working on it, like on cars and stuff like that. And I brainstormed, what am I going to do? Like, what kind of shelving am I put in here? Which I already had some shelving. And do I have enough space to add some like kitchen cabinetry that I have left over? Because that stuff just sitting around. And could I turn it into a garage / studio space? And thank God, yes. I turned it into it. And what does that mean for me right now is that there's a lot of videos that I could make in here, especially when it's raining outside and if it's dark outside. I'm sometimes in here working till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, guys, and I've been really, really working hard at it. And there's things I could do like in here, that I could disassemble an entire engine. I could reassemble an engine. I could talk about various different Sprinter parts. Right now, I've been working on also content behind the scenes that we're gonna take stuff like software that is for Sprinter repair, which is actually an actual software that the dealers use. I have it. I bought it a while back, and I got it for the oldest printers, the T1Ns. I got it for the new printers. Unfortunately, I only have it till the years 2008. I don't have it beyond that, so that means I don't have any of those DEF system, you know, type of PDFs and stuff like that. It's okay. I have a big stepping stone. Plus, I have a lot of experience because, you know, I had the 2007 for several years before I lost it to the bank, and that thing had 380,000 miles on it. You know, it already had so many problems by that time, you know, so like, yeah, lots of miles. This is why I know, guys, like, it's not worth getting a brand new one, because I put 350,000 miles on it within the 2 years I own it, and the rest of it came a little bit after. And then you're looking at your payment, $800, which mine was, and thinking, like, gosh, this printer does not even worth that much. Like, on a good day, probably $14,000, and it's like I still owe $27,000 for it. It's even worse than I thought. But anyways, here's what I'm kind of like working on. I'm going to basically sit on my laptop in here, and I already have learned screen recording software for Ubuntu, because I'm running a version of Linux, which is Ubuntu version, on my laptop. I switched from Windows on it, and one of the reasons I switched is because for some reason the Windows felt to me that it's cluttering up my hard drive. Like, I upgraded the SSD to 1000, I bought like 1000 gigabyte SSD, which is what, like AMSATA type of SSD, which is very small. It acts like flash memory, and it's important because when you're doing video editing, you really need like a gaming PC. That's preferable, because to render videos, it really takes a long time. And I just got a good reminder of that when I was like making these screen recording videos. Those videos are like not even like high resolution. They're basically recording the actual screen, which is whatever resolution it's recording it in. It's not a big file format. When I look at mine, I think it was like 300 megabytes, a little bit over that, for a video that was like 38 minutes long. And it took 38 minutes to render. And I have a really fast laptop. So you could kind of see that editing videos and rendering them does take a lot of time. And then you gotta actually, you know, upload the video to YouTube, which actually takes less time now, because my internet upload speed is a lot faster, because I upgraded to satellite internet. But for some reason, the actual streaming internet, it's not. So I cannot do live streams. So I may have to see if they could upgrade it for me, a step up. Always looking at that, but at least I have some choices now, because before that I had DSL, and it was really hard for me to work with that. But anyways, here's what I have planned. I'm gonna set up my laptop, put a CD in there, and then I'm going to basically probably set up a table over here right in my studio. Use this as kind of like a backdrop, because that's what it is. It's a backdrop. It's not a real brick wall. Yep, not bricks. But at least it looks better than the garage door that was back here. At least I think it is. And I got some lighting over here to really light me up. And thinking about adding some more LEDs over here. I have like already so many LEDs, I cannot even look up there. Probably have to soften up the look a little bit. Probably add like a couple umbrellas or something to make a softer light, because it's blinding me right now. By the way, not using the mic right now, because I already put everything away in my Sprinter, and this is just on my phone right now, because I was thinking about leaving on the Sprinter. A little bit more on this later. But anyways, here's what I want to do. I want to actually take a look at the whole Sprinter software, and we're going to get in there, and I'm going to show you guys the different type of parts, the disassembly procedures. I will be kind of like talking about different things, because I already have experience about that, but we're going to have an actual step-by-step instructions when it comes to doing any kind of service. So I also have like a list, like a service department would get. Okay, like if it's a specific problem, look here, check this, check that. It's probably this because of that. You know, I'm gonna be going through this kind of things like that, and I'm gonna record some screen recording video where I'm scrolling through the stuff and I'm looking at it and I'm describing if, you know, maybe you might need a part number for that. You might need an actual procedure how to do it. Maybe like not some backyard mechanic telling you like what to do. But it turns out I am probably the biggest backyard mechanic that the YouTube has ever seen. Not, you know, of course, the size of my channel, but you guys are telling me there's nobody else that's doing these Sprinter videos. So obviously I'm going to continue with that and going in that direction and making more of those videos. Now, what I'm going to be also doing as well, the 3.0 liter diesel engine, obviously it's the same as any diesel 3.0 right now, even with the DEF system. You know, the only difference is they have added the DEF system. So I will be able to compare notes and look at this 3.0 engine that does not have the DEF system and see like what did they do different, because I will be removing the 2012 3.0 liter diesel out of that van, and then I'm gonna bring it in here, and then we're gonna like dive in. Yeah, it's probably gonna be like over here set up on an engine stand. We're gonna rotate around, we're gonna learn a little bit about like where the DEF is, and then I'm gonna try to probably have a computer set up over here somewhere, like, and I'm gonna be using a POV style now. Like I might not be recording the screen record at that time, like when I'm messing an engine, because it's a little bit more steps. I could do it if I had more following, if I had more likes, I could do that, like go that extra step, because that means if I'm working with two different angles, a screen recording angle, this angle, first of all, it's two different editings I have to do, two different renders, and then I have to put them together and then render it again, which takes a lot more time. A lot of production time goes into my videos. Unfortunately, it's not really paying off right now, but I do want to go into full-time YouTuber. So it's already been, this is me going on 3 months now, just doing YouTube and just doing everything, making income virtually, basically. Not only YouTube, I have multiple streams of income, also looking for sponsors, and you'll be seeing more of that. And that's because I really need support, because I'm kind of surviving, you know. I'm not living it up, but basically, you know, I have enough, you know, I can't complain. But so here's the thing, I'm gonna need to do what I can do to get sponsors for my videos. That way I could continue doing what I enjoy and sharing the information with you guys and working on cars, because right now none of that stuff is really making me any money. So one of the hard decisions that I had to also make this week was, should I keep 2 sprinters around? Should I just have 1? Of course I got 6 right now. Do I have 5? Maybe I have 5. Like I'm probably have 6. Jeez, I'm confused. But you know, when you have like so many in the backyard, it's like, wouldn't you be confused? I have like 2 back here, 4 back there. Okay, we got it. So I have 6 sprinters. It's confusing to me. So what I'm going to do is my daily drive with the 2 doors that I really, really love, because that thing is so special. Like, how many sprinters do you see right now that has 2 sliding doors? That is a big toughie for me, because that is such a dependable sprinter. I have been driving it up and down the, you know, the whole United States, and it's been really good. So I'm actually thinking about painting it and selling it. So I'm going to be looking into making videos on that. Before I sell it, I do want to add a brake handle. Why am I forgetting this right now? Somebody remind me this in the comments below. What is that? Parking brake. Parking brake. Parking brake. Is it parking brake? I guess it's parking brake. But anyways, I gotta add to it because it actually did not have it when I bought it. So I'm gonna remove one from a parts printer, throw that on there. You guys know I recently installed a whole rear differential. We still have a problem with the ABS over there. Guys, you know, the computer's showing a rear back's left speed sensor. And by the way you determine left or right in the car, it's actually from the position that you're actually sitting down, because this could be confusing, because you might be imagining you're looking at the car, but you got to be imagining yourself sitting down in the car. So it's the left rear speed sensor that is, that the computer was telling me that was wrong, okay? Now, I have removed a perfectly functioning speed sensor assemblies for both rear speed sensors, because I've replaced the whole rear differential with speed sensors together. I'm still having the same code. I don't know why. It's impossible that that speed sensor is bad. So that means either I did the right wiring or it's something else. Because the biggest problem that it causes is that you cannot have cruise control. Everything else is working though. So there is no cruise control. So you always have to like press down the gas pedal. And after a long time driving, that's not fun. But I still do it. You know, that will make your leg actually really strong, because you get used to it. So I want to fix those 2 major issues, and then yeah, like another issue is the hood latch. That needs to be replaced. So I'm gonna put another one in there, that, you know, the one that's actually working, because now I have to use pliers to pull it out. These sprinters, those hood latches, they fail all the time. But very minor rust is starting to appear, because these things rust like crazy. I mean, take a look at the 2000 and shoot, even like take a look at new ones, 2010s. 2007s, they're rusting out, like even these new body styles. So you could see some in the Michigan. I'm sure you guys have been behind one in the wintertime, like where it's a new model Sprinter, you're driving an old one, your old one probably looks better than the new one, you know, because it's so rusted. So unfortunately, the steel that they use in these sprinters, it's not the highest grade quality, or perhaps when they were shipping them over in the containers, they got exposed to some salt water, air, water, something, because water is splashing around and somehow it's making its way into the containers and probably contaminating the metal, because they were dipped into like anti-corrosion type of solution, especially the newer ones, like at the Daimler Chrysler factory in Germany. Yeah, Daimler, like Mercedes, Chrysler. So they have one that's really sophisticated. They do that to the metal, but I think the metal itself, no matter what you do to it, it will rust. This is why it was treated at the factory. They ship it over here, they assemble it here, and then it rusts again. And then we get in here, right? Like somebody like me, I get rid of all the rust, treat it with it like anti-rust, you know, like protection, put that on there. It's still gonna rust like a year later. A little bit, but it's gonna happen. And so just a couple days ago, I actually called my friend Serge up, and he really knows his stuff, because he used to own a body shop, like you know, did like insurance work as, you know, professionally with a bunch of his, you know, friends. They run a shop together. They still do it, but he's just out of the game. And I said, look, am I doing something wrong? Because you own sprinters as well. Is rust coming back for you? And he's like, yep, that's just the nature of these sprinters. They just rust, and you can't really do nothing about it. So I see that the solution is for this problem is not to spend $7,000 on a paint job. Unfortunately, that's how much it's going to cost you if you want to put a really good paint job. But I'm a believer in making something look quality, yet do not overspend. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't want to use Rust-Oleum paint anymore. I've used it last time. I don't want to use it because unless you clear coat it, it will get sound damaged, and it stains. If a bird does their little business on your hood or whatever, maybe if you don't remove it in time, it will definitely leave a mark that you cannot even wash off. Plus, because of the sun, it's going to fade out. That same thing happened to me with the black Sprinter, like when it was matte black, and when it faded out, it was like gray. So it didn't really look cool anymore. So the silver, you know, I kind of thought it's not going to do that, because when I painted, gosh, it looked good. So what I want to do now is I want to buy some acrylic enamel, and that paint will last you, it's gonna be still glamorous in about a year from now, but chances are rust is gonna take over, whether you treat it good or not. I'm still gonna treat it good or not, you know, and I'm gonna sandblast some of the rust. I mean, it's very little rust, you know, like just a little bit showing through the paint. I'm not talking about like rusted through. No, I'm not having those type of issues, but like when rust is starting to get like affected and infected, and it just basically starts spreading and stuff, so you still gotta treat it like about once a year. So my solution to that is don't do an expensive paint job, because somebody that wants to touch it up next time could just simply buy some acrylic enamel, do the color, you know, match, and then just simply spray that area and get rid of it, and it's still gonna look good, you know. And here's my advice: if your Sprinter's white, leave it white. Probably the cheapest way to go about it, because that's probably why they're mostly white. When it comes to silver, I already done the door gems and everything. I'm not gonna go back to white. If the door gems wasn't done, I would consider painting it white now instead of silver, but I do think silver looks better. So I'm gonna actually buy some kind of like wet asphalt type of silver, like gunmetal type of silver. That's what I'm gonna buy, and I'm gonna actually spray it. Last time I did that to my 2002 Sprinter, it turned out very good. Like I didn't want to sell the thing. Like after that was done, I'm like, ah, this thing like looks like a brand new Sprinter. Like it really sets the mood. So that's what I'm gonna do for that. I'm gonna make it look super nice, and I'm gonna sell it for a good price. And I'm not looking to sell it for like $7 grand. You know, I wanna sell it for between 10,000 or less or more, depending on what you want to give it to me. You want to give me more than 10, you're more than welcome to. But I'm not gonna give it away for free, because one of the things is, here's the thing: I bought the Sprinter myself with problems for $5,000 from a friend, because I got a friend discount. Rear differential problem, drive shaft problem, broken vents that I had to replace, broken hood latch, so dented up and so rusty, because New York vehicle. I've done a lot to it. I really put in my blood, sweat, and tears into that van, and then I was maintaining it throughout, throughout the whole time. So, and I'm not even gonna count the maintenance because that's not important. But what's important is the condition of the actual body and the major components like engine, transmission, rear differential. And when I say that, like I'm talking about like when you buy a vehicle like and you spend like about $5,000 and nobody has done nothing to it, well, you're paying that little because you don't expect the thing to last you, and that's why you're paying that much. But me, I already knew that there was a problem with the rear differential. There's all this different type of stuff, so I kind of fix all those things. So when I fix it and make it look nice, I expect to get a good price for it. And then while that thing is selling, we're gonna actually start working on 2012, and we're gonna start replacing an engine while it's selling. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Take care and God bless you. Please leave me a like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Bye-bye. My name is Serge ZIMALETA. I'm 37 years old, and yes, I experienced success after buying my first home for cash. Back in 2011, I was broke, but I learned to solve problems on my own. Now I'm helping others to solve their problems. I know what pitfalls to avoid to stay profitable in business. Need motivation to be more successful in your life? Do you have Sprinter, Expedite, or business problems? Then subscribe. Let's find creative solutions to your problems. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my helpful videos.